US President Donald Trump said on Tuesday that his special envoy, Steve Witkoff, will travel to Moscow next week to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin as Washington pushes to seal a deal to end the war in Ukraine. Trump posted on his Truth Social platform that there were only a few remaining points of disagreement, but European leaders were skeptical and Russian missiles continued to rain down on Ukraine. He also expressed hope to meet soon with Putin as well as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, but only when the deal to end the war is final or in its final stages. Now, earlier speaking to reporters at a Thanksgiving ceremony, Trump said his administration is actually very close to a Ukraine-Russia peace deal. Listen in.
I've also ended 8 wars in 9 months, and we're working on that final war. It's not easy, but I don't know. I think we're going to get there. 25,000 soldiers, Ukraine, Russia. In the last month, 25,000 soldiers have died. So I think we're getting very close to a deal. We'll find out. I thought that one would have been gone quicker. We did 8. I thought that would have been an easier one, but I think we're making progress.
And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Kyiv is prepared to move forward with a US-backed framework to end the war with Russia and is ready to discuss unresolved issues directly with President Donald Trump. Now, negotiators from both sides have been working to bridge differences over Trump's peace plan. Now, this plan, which Ukraine fears could pressure them into conceding territory to Moscow.
We have a good result from Geneva and from the meetings and talks that took place there. Ukraine has the framework developed by our teams in Geneva. That framework is on the table, and we are ready to move forward together with the United States of America, with personal engagement of President Trump, and with Europe, with leaders, and with all partners who have their strengths and capacity to help. And I'm ready to meet with President Trump, and there are sensitive points to discuss. We have them still. We firmly believe security decisions about Ukraine must include Ukraine. That was our position in Geneva. And always security decisions about Europe must include Europe, and the same applies to Canada, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, other countries, and every nation.
Meanwhile, Russia is signaling its own red lines. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Moscow expects any revised Ukraine peace proposal to reflect what he calls the spirit and letter of understandings reached between President Vladimir Putin and US President Donald Trump at their Alaska summit earlier this year. Lavrov said Russia had initially welcomed the first draft of Washington's framework and is now waiting for an updated version, one that takes into account consultations between the US, Ukraine, as well as European partners.
The key aspects of Trump's plan are based on understandings reached in Anchorage at the Russia-US summit in August this year. These principles are largely reflected in the plan, which we welcomed. Those who represent diplomacy and politics in Europe do exactly the opposite. The aim of those leaks, constant speculations, spreading rumors, is only one. In this case, the aim is to undermine Donald Trump's incentive in the part which reflects understandings reached in Anchorage. They do not even try to conceal this.